people can't say like, oh, you're just an industry plant, or you just got this because you're hot, or whatever people would say on the internet.
They'll come up with anything.
I know. It's like, no, I put in 10 years of work and dedication into it, and I'm really proud of it.
Welcome to your weekly elevation, your dose of real strategies for real results in dance music. I'm Olivia, and today's guest has a timeline that might shock you. 10 years. That's how long Mary Droppinz believes you need to give yourself in this industry before you can even consider throwing in the towel. In an era of overnight success stories and viral moments, Mary's perspective is almost radical, I would say. She's built her career on the long game, systematically showing up, developing her craft, and creating a body of work that stands the test of time rather than chasing quick wins. While most artists are looking for shortcuts, she's embracing the marathon. What makes this conversation so valuable is how Mary breaks down the psychology of persistence in an industry honestly designed to break you. From handling rejection to weathering creative droughts to building sustainable habits, she offers a masterclass in playing the long game while everyone else is sprinting. Let's dive in.
This is your first Miami Music Week as a Miami resident as of like 2 weeks ago, a month ago.
Yeah, basically 2 weeks ago because I've been on tour.
How does that feel?
It feels great. I mean, just getting to like come out and just Uber to the spots or drive, it's amazing, you know?
Have you done Miami Music Week prior, like as an artist or as a fan?
Yes, I've done Miami Music Week twice now. The first time that I did it was actually when I worked for Native Instruments. I was a marketing manager there, and I came out and I had a whole booth going and like gear demos, and was at the Winter Music Conference part of it. And then I came 2 years ago as an artist and was performing around town, playing at different parties, and I stopped by Ultra, saw some friends play, and yeah, it's super fun.
That's so cool. So I was going to ask you about your marketing background. I'm super interested in that because that has to have helped you build a brand as an artist. So what were you doing specifically in marketing before?
I was in like advertising at first. I started there as an intern, and I came out and got a job in LA originally, working at TBWA Shy a Day. So I was working with different brands like Johnson & Johnson, Gatorade, and big corporations and stuff like brands.
Okay.
California Lottery I worked on, Warsill, like just all these different brands, and I was making the commercials for them and helping out with the team. And that's where I really started. And then I started working on more social media for other brands as well, and then ended up actually working with Desert Hearts for it, which is awesome. Yeah, I was working on their social media, and so that was kind of like where everything was going. And then Native Instruments, that's where I was the marketing manager, so I would teach classes on the gear. I would build up gear to give out to artists, and I was kind of like the liaison for it. And I also helped build songs.com, which is like a splice, so it has a bunch of samples and leaps and everything on there. So yeah, it was a lot of cool experience, and I was happy to pivot kind of like my marketing skills and advertising over to the music industry when I worked for Native, because that's I was DJing that whole time, but it was like making that move, I was able to meet a lot of people.
Yeah, it's funny because like most artists do that in reverse. They become an artist and then they're like, shit, I need to learn how to market myself. But you got to start with this foundation of having a strong marketing background. So that's probably one of the biggest gripes from my audience, like is like, how do I market myself? I don't want to market myself. This is too difficult. So what, in your opinion, with your strong background, are like the marketing fundamentals that DJs are just getting wrong these days?
I think really authenticity is like, it's very much shows through. And I think a lot of people get caught up on doing certain like trends that are on TikTok or just consistent posting, even if it doesn't have to do with DJ stuff. I still think it's really nice to be authentic to what you're doing on there and like it's good to tie in some other things about you that you enjoy, but you don't have to like overdo it or try to do something. I think it's just like keep it simple. Like, share some things like what we're doing now when we're talking on a podcast. Like being able to share this is helpful for me because I don't necessarily love to get on my social media and rant all day. Like I'm more like sound and just like sharing kind of like my life and inspiring people is what I'm into. And so, yeah, just like kind of keeping it simple and just being authentic to you is, I think, the best thing you can do.
Yeah, I think the biggest struggle that I hear from artists is like, I don't know what to post in between tracks being released and show announcements. And so what you were talking about, like sharing parts of your personal life, there is a way to weave that into your identity as an artist, and that is how you fill the gap.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like I love health and fitness and biohacking and all of that, and so I like to do rebounding. So I jump on a trampoline, and I just posted a video of me jumping on my rebounder, like to my music that I just dropped. So it's just like I would listen to this while I'm rebounding. I made this for that. Like I hope you do too. And then other people were like, "Where did you get the rebounder?" And now they're inspired and want to like
great
do
things
that.
about that, by the way.
Yeah, like totally resets your nervous system when you do it. Like after I got off, I was like, I just feel amazing. Yeah, I have to do 5 minutes of it.
Okay, because we have neighbors below us, so I don't know if they would like that. But only 5 minutes, I feel like they can handle.
Oh, it's totally, yeah.
See, it's like a trampoline, right? Like a little, and it has a handle.
Yeah, the handle just to help, like,
Okay,
and
cool.
it's just nice to like lift your body and let it kind of fly in there. It's different than just jump roping.
Right.
So it's more like resetting my nervous system is why I like to do it. Not less of like trying to get fit or strong.
Okay, I think you influenced me because I've been looking into that.
Yeah.
Okay, and I don't know if you remember this or put two and two together, but I made a lengthy post a couple weeks ago on Instagram about why DJs should care about their personal style. And it made a lot of people mad. And someone tagged you and said, like, Mary Droppinz has amazing style and she's an amazing DJ. Like, two things can be true at once. And you said, I can teach you how to DJ, but I can't teach you swag. And I was like, thank you for like chiming in because I was getting dragged in those comments. And like, what, in your opinion, why are artists so sensy about this topic?
I love that that you posted that. I love putting that together. That was fire. I've actually always thought that and always felt that myself because when I first started DJing, I was up there and it felt like I wanted to create a whole experience and an energy, not just be the iPod in the corner.
Right.
It's like I'm creating an energy and experience and something that people want to be a part of and do themselves. And like, if I'm out there, dressing up and cool outfits or fitting like what the vibe of the party is, then other people will feel like the freedom to do so as well. And it just kind of can attract that type of energy to the party, which I think, dressing cute and like having style is such a beautiful art and way to express yourself in this life. And so it's like,
couldn't agree more.
Just goes hand in hand with the music, I think. I mean, think about like even fashion shows when they have like DJs when they're doing the walking, and I don't know, I just never forget a DJ when they have something tied to them that like you can remember visually, besides sonically.
Right. It's another just art form to express yourself. And I think like something that I always think about is I love to do random crafts because I feel like it unlocks a part of my brain when I'm like making dried moss art, like whatever it is, just because it helps me as an artist in general, like as a creative.
Yeah.
So I feel like people who are so shut out to it, it's like, just try it because it might give you ideas in your music. Like you never know.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, and even the minimal style, if they just wear all black, that's still their expression and something that they stick to. It doesn't have to be like a big old pattern and everything going like dressed to the nines or wearing Gucci or something. Like you can just like express yourself through your outfit. I think it's really cool. And especially with music, like I like to see how that person expresses their style because I connect to their music too. Like most of the times when I like someone's music, I'll look at like their Instagram or something and I'm like, oh, their fits are fire too. Like I just
absolutely no, it makes you connect with someone more. No, I did like when someone tagged you, I was so excited about that. I was like, that's a perfect example. Do you feel like it's helped you too in your career, just like having a stronger visual identity, like your fans connecting with you and maybe even potentially getting you more opportunities?
I think it makes me stand out for sure. I mean, I've been dressing like cute and having style my whole life. I got voted best style in high school. So by that girl, but I just like I feel like it's always been something that's been attractive to like my identity and thing. And I love it. Like I know when something's like pretty or hot or like I just like to I like to mix and match. And that's what I do with my music too. Like I listen to sounds, I know what sounds good. And I love to mix and match and create the outfit of like the mix. So,
Okay, so I'm glad you brought that up because like we're talking about marketing and like how to create a personal brand, but traditional marketing advice is like pick a niche. And I feel like you are all over the board with your genre selection. So how do you balance that like artistic exploration with also building a strong personal brand?
Yeah, I just felt like out the gate, as long as I'm just being true to me and staying there, like if the people want to keep coming through, they can. I'm not going to try to do something in the hopes that I can keep people around. It's not about that for me with art. Like I used to work in companies and had bosses. Like this is my time to be me and my freedom. So I'm not going to put that stress on me to like conform so that I make everyone else happy. You know, in life, we often want to make everybody happy. So like with this and this in my heart, I'm not going to put those limitations on me. And that's what's been cool is because like it's been well received. And a lot of the people that have watched me DJ 10 years ago, they're still here.
Yeah.
And I played totally different music than I did 10 years ago. And so, some of them, like, they didn't ever think they would like the music that I'm playing, but because they saw it through me and in my expression, now they love it.
That's such an amazing thing to be able to take someone like on a side quest and they stick with you.
Yeah.
That's really
side quests.
That's amazing. I love that. So what would you tell the artists who are, because the lion's share of this audience who listen and watch the show are artists who, you know, have had some success or they're just starting out and they're like trying to build a brand. What would you tell them if they feel pressured to pick a lane? And is it good advice to pick a lane in the beginning and then kind of branch out, or what's the right way?
I don't think necessarily there is a right way. It's kind of like it's subjective to the way that you learn and stuff. Because there's, you know, for me, like I wasn't the YouTube university style producer. I couldn't learn on YouTube. I had to go get hands-on, one-on-one with a teacher and go to school for it. So that was just like the way that works for me. So like, you know, if playing one style sound works for you to kind of like understand and find your way, then that I would think that, you know, you should follow that. But if you're feeling the pressure and you're not feeling happy and excited about this because of this like pressure that's been put on, then I would say like that's your answer right there to just defy that pressure and go after what you desire and just flare yourself. Like being vulnerable is really special too.
Yeah.
So
yeah. If you feel resistance, it's probably not the right thing for you.
Yeah.
You got to go with what feels good.
Yeah, especially with like music and art and everything. Like I do feel bad for a lot of like I have all the homies like that play on all different levels, local and just starting out. And it does like it breaks my heart when people are getting so impatient about where they're at or what they need to be doing to get to where it's like this is supposed to be fun. Like just enjoy the wave like of growing and finding yourself through your art.
So you said, did you say something about like you need to give yourself a 10-year timeline to see if this works? I was like, damn, 10 years, okay.
Yeah.
So you really believe that? Like you believe that an artist should try this out for 10 years and then if it doesn't work, okay, maybe it's not for you?
Yeah, I think that's the fair amount to really find yourself. I mean, I've been sharing my last 10 years of my artist journey the whole way. Yeah, and if I look back at when I first started, like I'm like, oh my gosh, like did I know what I was doing?
Yeah.
Like, you know?
Yeah.
And now I'm in like I have about a bit more confidence in what I'm doing, but I'm also like, wow, I can't wait to see in like 4 years where I'm at as like even a producer now because I started as a DJ.
Right.
And you can continually keep learning. That's what's really cool. Like I don't know anybody who is full on mastered Ableton There are a lot of DJs that have full on mastered the art of DJing, but I just feel like there's always something new you can learn and bring. So I just feel like that sets people's expectations to not be so like, I didn't get this show within my first 3 years of playing, because this isn't like a regular career where you just start at the bottom and you have a straight trajectory up and you're just getting promoted and then you're the CEO. This is like, there is still like a 1% chance you can make it. It's not, this is a niche thing, being an artist.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
it's not.
But the thing is like, if you stick to it, it'll be amazing. Like, I'm not a DJ, but with my, starting my podcast, it is amazing where I'm at this Miami Music Week and all the things I'm doing versus last year.
Yeah.
And it's just being consistent. And so that's kind of like what you were talking about. You've got to give yourself 10 years of consistency, and you will be amazed at like what you can build year after year, and things that seemed like too big of mountains to climb. It's like, oh,
Yeah.
I can do that in my sleep now.
Yeah, exactly. And like, if you get to that point where you've been doing it for 10 years and you can't make a living off of it solely and you have to have another job, but you still want to play, like, that's epic, keep going. It's like, get married to the music, be in it for life. Like, sign in, do it.
Yeah.
But if by those 10 years you're popping off and you're on cool podcasts with cool people and having a great time, like, you're going to feel like, I really put in that work and time. And people can't say like, oh, you're just an industry plant, or you just got this because you're hot, or whatever people would say on the internet.
They'll come up with anything.
I know. It's like, no, I put in 10 years of work and dedication into it, and I'm really proud of it.
Yeah, as you should be. And it's crazy because people will just see the tip of the iceberg of you popping off and just assume it just happens like that, but they don't see the 10 years of consistency and hard work that goes into it.
Yeah.
And so it's easier to blame it on industry plant, looks, whatever, because that just makes them feel better about themselves.
Yeah, of course. I mean, the internet trolls,
I'm sure you deal with it. I'm sure.
I mean, it's not been terrible, I'll be honest. Like, I feel like I'm very blessed that I don't know how I got just the energy I'm putting out and receiving back, it's been really beautiful, the people that I've came across and experienced on the internet so far. But I have seen there's a couple in there, and it's kind of funny.
It is. Well, it means you're doing something right.
I couldn't imagine commenting that on someone else. Like,
I know. They have to be so miserable.
Like, I don't have that bone in my body to like go that negative route.
I've been around since the MySpace days, and there was like a website called The Dirty that was literally a blog just dedicated to submitting anonymous pictures and having people comment on it. And I just feel like that was anonymous, and now we've gotten so comfortable with just like trolling people out in the open, which is wild.
No.
But it is part of it. Like, I think you do need to develop a very thick skin if you're going to be in the public eye and learn how to let those comments like just go. I've learned a lesson recently, like a couple of the pieces of content that I made have gone super viral, have gotten the attention of very important people in the industry. And I realized, I'm like, oh shit, did I respond to any of these trolls? So I better go delete that, because that doesn't look professional, You have to like literally learn to just let it go, because you never know who's watching. And unfortunately, they can poke the bear, but if you respond, you're going to look like the asshole.
Yeah, I just don't even pay any mind to it.
Yeah.
Sometimes if I would respond, it'd be something funny back, because I just couldn't imagine. I feel so good when I'm like, on the phone with a friend helping them out, or like if I come on and someone and gas them up, like I feel great after that.
Yeah,
I can't imagine living in a world where I want to tear someone down and expect to feel good after that.
I know.
So,
I know.
I don't want any part of it.
It's just a totally different mindset. So 10 years is a long time, but you're living proof. You've done this. For the artists listening, what is the motivation? What gets you through the plateaus? Because 10 years is not all ups. It's not all downs either. Sometimes it's just like coasting. And I feel like for me, coasting is worse than a down, because a down motivates me. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do this. I'm going to get back up. I'm going to, fuck this shit up. And the ups feel good. But sometimes when I feel like I'm just like coasting, that's not good for me. So what's your advice for artists to like break through those plateaus?
Definitely. For one, it all comes to like health and fitness and mindset. And if you can, work through things and make sure you're taking care of your body. Your mind will be taken care of as well. And having that grounding and like just that kind of like center to go back to, it's all like that is the strength, I feel like, really genuinely. I see, there are a lot of like artists notoriously known for just being rock star lifestyles, not sober, like totally going off the deep end. And I couldn't imagine how to keep going and pulled through than that is going on. But, when I come home to myself and I take care of my body and focus inward and meditate, have my spiritual practices and everything, like that is what helps me through every time I'm like at a point where like, I don't know. And then on like being on a plateau part of it, if it's like that within like your career, I feel like maybe it's cool to like do something crazy, like move or
right.
Yeah, so I just shake it up and
Yeah.
see what new energy can open into your life. Like, so, because sometimes when you get hyper fixated on why this is plateau or why this is just going like this, then it's just going to keep running away from you. Yeah. So just direct the focus onto something else and like throw yourself into something that you're uncomfortable with. I think it's the best thing you can do.
It's the best advice. 100%. Doing something before you're ready, doing something that scares you, that's the best way to break out of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's amazing advice to end on. Thank you so much for doing this. This has been awesome.
Oh, thanks for having me. It's so lovely to chat with you.
That's your weekly elevation. The 10-year timeline Mary laid out isn't just about patience, it's about reframing how we measure success in this industry. Those overnight sensations we all envy? Well, look closer and you'll almost always find years of invisible work beneath the surface. This perspective is particularly powerful in 2025 when algorithms and attention spans push artists towards instant gratification. By committing to the decade-long view, you make decisions differently. You invest in skills rather than shortcuts. You build foundations instead of facades. You create work that compounds rather than disappears. Remember, success in dance music isn't about luck, it's about strategy. I'll talk to you next week.